The census forms were mailed out months ago, and most of you have probably filled them out and mailed them back by now. But if you haven't, and your form is buried beneath flyers and old newspapers, your local mayor would like you to know it's not too late to dig it out and count yourself in. Government funding is handed out to cities and towns based on the census numbers, and the more people an area has, the more money it will get. A News reporter Gord Kurbis has the story from Port McNeill.
They're painting, digging, cutting, and doing everything else you'd expect municipal work crews to be doing. And here in Port McNeill, the town's mayor wants to ensure his crews have the money to keep on working.
The municipality here gets around $500,000 in per capita grant from the provincial government, and that's based on the per capita, the actual number of people in the community.
That's right. The mayor says it's simple mathematics. The more people, the more money pouring into Port McNeill from the province. That's why he wants everyone to make sure they fill in their census forms.
Essentially, the census is probably the single most important thing happening in this year relating to finances of municipalities.
What's worse, Fernie says, is not filling out the form doesn't only hurt a municipality once. It has a compounding effect because the census is only taken every 5 years.
So if we miss out on, say, 10% of the voters in the count, that means 10% of $500,000 less we get each year.
While most in this tiny community of 2,500 seem to be aware.
I think it's important that the government knows how many people are where and what they're doing.
Fernie says he fears not everyone makes that financial connection. And in the end, that could mean less money for carrying out major projects.
I don't think that many people think about it, but once you sit down in a small municipality like ours and start looking at your sources of income, you realize very quickly how important that per capita grant is from the provincial government.
That's why Port McNeill joined up with other North Island towns like Port Hardy, Alert Bay and Port Alice in the awareness campaign.
A lot of people just take it, oh, it's another government form, so we'll forget about it. Right. So I'm hoping that no one will forget about that. Everyone will actually fill out their form and feel good about helping their municipality.
So even though those forms are now overdue, the mayor says it's not too late, and it is important to get them in. In Port McNeill, Gord Kurbis, A News.